Hi, I'm Halle Kilburg. I go to Marquette Catholic High School, and next year I'll be attending the University of Northern Iowa. While I'm there, I'm looking forward to joining a group called Simply Life, which is a pro-life organization. I think that they started only a year ago at campus, so I'm excited to get involved in that and maybe bring some new ideas to that. To begin, I'm going to ask you to look at your hand. Look at how your thumb sticks out sideways as compared to your other fingers. Look at your nails and how sharp, how resilient they are, that even when they break, they're able to grow back. Now I'm going to ask you to look at your feet. Wiggle your toes and feel the balance that they give you, the way they paw at the ground and give you the ability to run. Place your hands on your thighs and feel how sturdy they are, how they support the weight of your torso, shoulders, and even your head. Now, I want you to take a deep breath and become aware of your ribs and the protective cage that they enclose around your vital organs. Now lastly, I want you to consider how I just grouped some syllables together, and you were somehow able to interpret what I wanted you to do, and not only understand these syllables, but command your toes to wiggle and your lungs to take a deep breath. I want you to become aware of your brain. I want you to close your eyes and realize how amazing it is that you can imagine any place and your brain will paint a picture of it for you. Your brain once did not even know how to read letters, and now your brain processes data so rapidly in a single millisecond. Do you know why we have thumbs the way we do, or nails that can grow back, or strong thighs or rib cages, or brains proportional to our body that are larger than any other animal on the planet? We have all these features to protect ourselves. We have the ability to use our hands to rip apart fruit or meat. Our respiratory system is so efficient that though we may not be the fastest sprinters on the planet compared to other mammals, we could walk our prey to death. We could literally walk right behind an animal, whatever species it may be, and it would collapse from exhaustion before we tired. That's how efficiently we breathe. Our brains evolve faster than any other species, and because of this, we are able to make any and every task easier and more efficient for ourselves. The human body is a masterpiece, and it has been so intricately designed to have the ability to defend itself. Eventually, the human body, which is so strong, is a miracle, and yet it begins as something so small. Why did God do this? Why did He make humans, when we first become humans, so weak, so reliant? Why not make us strong and independent from the get-go? You see, God placed a need in our hearts for human interaction. God knew that if we were all invincible all the time, friendships wouldn't form, empathy wouldn't form, and families wouldn't form because they wouldn't need to. The reason that an unborn child is so dependent on its mother is so that a bond can form. It's so that a mother can feel the abundance of love for something inside of her that is so pure, so perfect, and created out of so much love. God's intentions when creating young humans that were not capable of fighting for themselves were that those who were capable would defend the young ones until they were strong enough to defend themselves. Our weaknesses as humans were intended to bring us closer together with one another. But then sin entered the world, and the devil placed an idea in this very large brain of ours that we can exploit the weak. He put a lie into our heads that if we show how little power the weak truly have, this will somehow make our strengths even more prevalent. This lie is in our heads, it's not in our hearts. But every single time that an unborn child is ripped apart piece by piece, this lie moves just a little bit closer down towards the hearts of humanity. And standing back is no longer okay to do, because if we're not part of the solution, we're becoming part of the problem. Now, a few months ago, wildfires destroyed large parts of Australia, which was a big travesty. Due to the loss of trees and the ecosystems that they provided, over 2 billion trees have been promised to be replanted by 2031, which is amazing. But what would happen, let's say, if all of these 2 billion seeds were intricately planted by a park ranger. And in this hypothetical situation, let's say he planted each one in a very particular spot with a very specific purpose in mind. And he corresponded very specific people to watch over each seedling. Now, let's say that there was a woman living in Australia that had a beautiful view of the ocean, and I mean beautiful. And she had a clear path to the beach and a very comfortable, familiar way of life. And this regrown forest was going to change her life as she knew it. What would happen if that woman, in the middle of the night, came and dug up each seed? After all, they weren't trees yet, they were just seeds. In fact, it was a rather quick and easy procedure to dig these up. I can imagine, first of all, that this would receive quite a bit of media coverage, and I'm also sure that there would be papers written on the importance not only of carbon dioxide that this forest would provide, but also on the ecosystem that these trees would be a vital part of. They would grow up to become home to animals, and they would provide shade, and they would be vital, and they would be beautiful. These trees would be beautiful. But why should everybody become upset about this woman digging up these seeds? They weren't trees yet. They weren't even sprouting out of the ground hardly. So why does everybody care so much? I'm sure if all of these seeds were replanted, there would be people standing guard over these seeds this time. But why? It's because they are so much more than simply seeds. We have a yearning built inside of us to defend ourselves. But we also have a yearning, even deeper inside of us, to defend those that cannot defend themselves. We are called to defend those who cannot yet defend themselves. These miracles, these seeds, these humans inside the womb will one day grow into a large forest, creating an ecosystem that our world not only desires, but one that our world needs. Look at your hand one more time. The one with the opposable thumb. Look at it with your palm up like this. Your hand is outstretched. Now keep it that way. Use the power you possess to not only protect yourself, but to protect those who cannot yet protect themselves. These seeds are our future. We need to do more than simply hope that these seeds grow. These precious seeds need our prayers. They need our protection. Our time is now, because every single second that we wait, that lie is moving just a little bit closer towards the heart of humanity. God has given you this strength and this knowledge and this power for a reason. The time is now to use it. Thank you.